This is the Great Legend, and I am coming at you live for April 20th, 2017. I guess you could say this is the 420 edition, baby. The Legend is live, back again. And tonight, fans, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I've been reading lately. And it hadn't been too much, but I'm going to show you a little bit of a haul tonight. Not a big haul, it's a little small haul. But hey, man, any haul's better than no haul, am I right? First off, I want to go over something. I got this maybe last week. It's just been busy, crazy. Haven't been able to show this off, but I want to show it off to you. I got this in the mail from a cool YouTuber in the community named the Comic Book Steep. And as y'all all remember, and as you all know, back in the day, a couple months ago, he had the CBA Awards, and these were brought to you by CBA in his 600 subscriber contest. But instead of doing a big subscriber contest, he had the CBA Awards show, and he went over all these cool things that people in the YouTube comic book community did, and he invited all the YouTube comic book community folks to vote on their favorite stuff, like the person with the best personality, or the best live show, or the best live show ensemble, or just best overall channel. And what I have right here is my award in the YouTube comic book community. And I got the award, the 2016 award for Best Live Show Ensemble to Blast It or Stash It. And I was lucky enough to be a member on the Blast It or Stash It show in the year 2016. And man, we had a damn good time, man. Let me testify a little bit. We had Simplify Comic Guy in that show. We had the host of the show, Dave, aka Huey's Comic Hideout. We had Mike. Y'all know Mike, Spectacular Spider Grandpa, the man with the Funko plan. We had Paul, Midwest Comic Man, and we had Trinity Superhero Cinema. Is there any other guy? I don't think so, man. Blaster Stash It. It was fun being a part of this group, and man, they were a hell of a great team to be on, and we were up against tons of great live show ensembles. But Blast It or Stash It, man, they overwhelmed everyone else in the live ensemble. There's a lot of great live shows, live show groups out there. Now, I'm no stranger to awards, and I'm no stranger to live shows. I was one of the very first people to do live shows in the YouTube comic book community, and I won back-to-back Comic Uno Live Show Geeky Awards for, was it 2013 and 2014, I believe so. Man, that's how I roll with it. You know the Great Legend got a good show. So, I'm going to keep it in here for now until I get a frame for that. And great award by the CBA, and it was designed by New York Warriors' very own Eddie the Comic Guy. So he designed this, and it's on very thick stock. And thank you so much for that. That's awesome. And I'll always have this to remember my time in Blast It or Stash It. And of course, I'm not a member of Blast It or Stash It anymore, but that's because Friday nights, man, y'all know how it is. You got to spend more time with the family, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't running out on them too much. So they got a good show. They've got the main four, the core four. That's all they need going forward, man. They don't need no one else. But on occasion, what's cool about Blast It or Stash It, they'll take somebody from the Blast It or Stash It Facebook page and make them an honorary guest of that show. So that's freaking cool. One thing I didn't get to show you in my last haul video, I had a Great Legend show, Dallas Fan Expo Dallas edition. I didn't get to show you this. Check that out. To Robert, Kevin Conroy, Batman right there. Ain't that cool? Personalized to the Great Legend from Kevin Conroy Batman. This, of course, is the Batman animated series Funko Pop. Very freaking cool. I told him, he said, you know, I put my name on there. I said, hook me up. A lot of people don't like getting stuff personalized. I don't have a problem with it. It's pretty damn cool. Will it hurt resale value? Well, it probably won't ever resell it. So there you go. Huge Kevin Conroy fan. Never getting rid of this. Awesome. Freaking awesome. Let's go ahead and check the chat real quick, see who's all with us tonight. We want to give a big shout out to my brother, Sidewalk Slam member and host of the Sidewalk Slam, Rebel Comics, the father of Naobi. The father of Naobi Vlogs is here with us tonight in the chat room. Next up, we got my other brother. Thank you so much, Adam. I told you I was going to go live with a haul tonight. He says, Legends Live Haul. Y'all can read it right there. Man, it's going to be so different. I got to get used to pointing it this way. You know what I'm saying? So, Legends Live Haul is coming up tonight. Count Von Strange, he's been delving into the live show videos. Count Von Strange IV says, what's up? We have Cholula's Comics in the house. He's like, what up, what up? Everyone's chatting in there. We got Drew Manchu in the house. What's up, guys? He says, comically flawed. Sorry I had to jump off LP. Had to go let the dog out. So, because we were actually live over on Rebel Comics channel, the Naobi Vlogs channel, doing the greatest pro wrestling show you're ever going to see in the YouTube community. We have the show called the Sidewalk Slam, hosted by LP, and I get to join LP on that show, along with Downtown Adam Brown. Y'all know him as comically flawed right there. And one half of the Unboxing Brothers, Mike, but he couldn't be with us tonight, but he's always great because Mike has a lot of insight into the world of professional wrestling. So it's great seeing all the love we get from the Sidewalk Slam. And not next week, but the week following, we're going to have a brand new channel. I'll be making sure I got the links in the video description below and all my future videos so everyone could check out the Sidewalk Slam. And you got to get a big shout out to the creator of Canadian Cindy Comics, the creator of Linda 7000, who has a Kickstarter going on right now. It's a Kickstarter for Linda 7000, issue number 2, and I'm talking Steve Boyu. Steve Boyu is in the house, man. Steve, it's great to see you. A while back, you check out Steve's channel. Did a sweet Niobe rendition of a venomized Niobe. Of course, we know LP Rebel Comics is here. He is the father of Niobe, and he's got the Niobe comic. Next up, we got SS Comic Reader, my fellow champ that runs that camp. Big haul, medium haul, or small haul. You tell us, legend, you are the champ that runs the camp. Woo! Woo! LOL. We got Space Boy, formerly known as Space Boy Jordan. Brian Space is in the house. He says, what's up, legend? Finally, Brian, I got to catch your latest video, and it was damn good. You had a good haul going there, man. Good haul. And like SS Comic Reader says, that's cool as hell, legend, because Kevin Conroy, he's the voice and always will be the voice for the Batman. And there it is again, Kevin Conroy signed Batman. Man, I love some personalized shit. It's good, man. It's real good. And he's just a great guy to meet. A lot of fun. So I want to show you a little bit of let me tell you what else I've been reading lately. I've been rereading my Fantastic Four, and you know, a lot of my Fantastic Four early issues are slabbed, right? But I've got the Marvel Masterworks. Let's see, where is it at? It's right on there, right there. Those are some Marvel Masterworks of the Fantastic Four. So that's how I read those early issues. You know, I'm not gonna get my stuff out of the Mylar because I want to keep those in mint condition, my friends. Mint condition. So I've been rereading Fantastic Four all the way through. Last night, I read this issue right here. Classic issue. Where the Hulk goes one-on-one with the Great One. And I'm talking Benjamin fucking Grimm, baby. The blue-eyed thing all the way down from Yancey Street, just finishing off a slice of his Aunt Petunia's pie. And when he finishes off that slice, he ain't very nice. He looks at the pie, he looks at Hulk, and Hulk gonna die because the Thing just whipped. Okay, well, Thing got his ass kicked in this issue. And here's the reason. He didn't have his boy, Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic's got a fever, and I ain't talking for more cowbell, baby. But Mr. Fantastic had a big fever. Thing was already pissed because in Avengers issue 4, some guy took over. Some guy took his spot, playa. And his spot was taken by a man that came out of time. He was frozen. He came back to life out of time. And I'm talking Steve Rogers, Captain America. So Hulk was let down. Hulk has a lot of anger issues in the Avengers and then in the 60s. He's savage. He's just, gets pissed a lot. And he went on a rampage and he decided to go to New York and mess up the Avengers mansion. And the Avengers were on the trail to look for Hulk, but the Avengers were going one way. Hulk was going the other way, and they missed each other in the night because, Hulk can leap like mile after mile. He can leap miles at a time with his super jump, and Hulk was already in New York, and the only ones that could stop the Hulk was the only ones out and about. Human Torch was first on the scene. He put up a good fight, but he got laid down by the Mean Green, and then so he was out. Then Invisible Woman, or girl at the time, she told Thing he had to go do some business, so Thing went up there and he fought a good fight, but in the end he went down by the big green Goliath, man. It was rough. It was rough. So great issue. And then my next issue I get to read is right here. Of course, I'm not unslabbing this book, but the next issue, the Avengers finally get their asses back to New York, and the Avengers, along with the Fantastic Four, they're going to put an end to the Hulk, and that's Fantastic Four 26. So I've been rereading Fantastic Four when I get time. Of course, I'm keeping up with my current pull. I am behind in Back to the Future and New Superman, Keenan Kong. I'm behind in those issues. But I've stayed up to date on Blue Beetle, and I've stayed up to date on Green Lanterns with Simon Boz and Jessica Cruz. And I've stayed up to date with Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, which continue to be kick-ass books. I'm kind of a little behind on Green Lantern Planet of the Apes crossover, but that's freaking an awesome storyline. So I need to read issue 2, and I think issue 3 will be coming out pretty soon. So a lot of kick-ass stuff. Like I said, my pool's kind of short, but I still get, about $35 worth of modern comics each month. And, I hit the bay every now and then, find some sweet deals, and, I bid on some stuff in my own Legends Live auction, which, by the way, the next Legends Live auction is going to be May 6th, and that is Free Comic Book Day, so the night of Free Comic Book Day. If any of you ever are interested in selling on Legends Live auction, drop me a PM, and I'll let you know what we do, kind of how the show's laid out, or go back in time and watch the old video history and see some of these Legends Live auctions for yourself. Last weekend, it was a kick-ass live auction. Everyone sold something except for me and Russ, me and Whodat. We didn't sell anything, but Big Bear and Chaz and Evan and God, Trilogy sold some stuff. So, man, actually, Heather sold the stuff. Trilogy can't sell nothing. Heather, his wife, Trilogy's Comic Corner, Heather was selling the stuff. So, very cool show. And you'll find some great deals along with free shipping in the continental U.S. And then, of course, if you live in Canada, you'll have to kind of pay your own shipping. But you'll get some great deals, and you're only going to get them on Legends Live Auction, which is every first and every third Saturday of the month, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. So make sure you stay on task for that. So what I want to show you, some hardcovers. Been getting into this guy named Don Rosa, baby. Don freaking Rosa. If you didn't know Don Rosa, he learned to love comics at an early age, and he loved reading about Donald Duck. One of his childhood favorite books to read was Carl Barks doing Donald Duck and Scrooge McDuck comics. Carl Barks created Duckburg. He was the man. His vision, carried on with Don Rosa. Don Rosa did Donald Duck and Uncle Scrooge. And Don Rosa continued Carl Barks' tradition of the stuff going down in Duckburg. And, Disney's DuckTales pull a lot of their storylines and pull a lot of their creativity from Don Rosa and, of course, Carl Barks. So I got this bad boy right here to go along with some other Don Rosa hardcovers, which I haven't showed in any videos. They're tucked away, and I need to put another bookshelf together, move some things around to display some Carl Barks and some Don Rosa goodness, along with my Dick Tracy collection by Chester Gould. I love the Dick Tracy hardcovers that Yo Books put out. Yo Books, of course, being an imprint of IDW, but they focus more so on collected editions, things like that nature. But without further ado, this is the Don Rosa Library, Volume 5. Uncle Scrooge and Donald Duck, the richest duck in the world. So what's cool about this is you get a little chronological history of Uncle Scrooge. Like, look at this old school stuff. Uncle Scrooge in frontier times, man. Holding that big gold nugget. The Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck, Part 8, The King of the Klondike. So the cool thing about Don Rosa's library is he keeps all of his stuff in chronological order, where if you look at a lot of the Carl Barks stories, they're not in chronological order. They are, publication date, I believe. I believe they're in publication date, but Carl Barks kind of went out of sequence. Look at some of the art. You'll notice, oh, hell, there's old what's his face. But anyway, he's a jerk. Don Rosa, in his artwork, he had a little bit more detail than Carl Barks did. Just a little bit more detail, where Carl Barks was not as detailed in his panels and things of that nature. But you'll see if you study or you read Don Rosa and then you read Carl Barks or vice versa, you'll see Don Rosa had a lot more detail in his work, and man, it really pays off. A lot of people actually prefer Don Rosa's work to Carl Barks, but without Carl Barks, there's no Don Rosa. So this is Volume 5. These are put out by Fantagraphics Books. They're awesome. A lot of them you can get on Amazon. And if you can't find them on Amazon, you can always order from Fantagraphics Books directly. And, this one came from Fantagraphics Books here. So The Making of a Legend, The Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck, man. Awesome. So Don Rosa Library representing right there. Beautiful book. Let me show you these. I've got, I believe, let me look in here. This should be Volume 10. Yeah, this is Volume 10. And this is the Carl Barks Library. See? Looks like that on the side down there by Carl Barks. This is Terror of the Beagle Boys. Y'all remember the Beagle Boys? I know some of y'all young people do from the DuckTales. The Beagle Boys right here. Awesome. Freaking cool, man. This is Volume 10. Now, currently, I think they got Volume 5 to about Volume 15, maybe. They're releasing them at Volume 5 because Volume 5 is when the work of Carl Barks really started to pick up, or in that time the books there were picking up, and they're going to release 1 through 4 later down the line. But they wanted to release them kind of a little later because they wanted, the more of these they sell, they'll be able to fund the whole collection. This collection here, this is only one volume. This is Volume 10. By the time Fantagraphics also on this, big shout out to Fantagraphics. By the time they get it all said and done, the Carl Barks Library will be over. It'll be 30 volumes, right at 30 volumes. So I've got a lot of these. I just I haven't showed them or displayed them yet. But that's Carl Barks. Let's look inside this book for Terror of the Beagle Boys. Just to give you kind of some panel action here. Look at that. Walt Disney, Donald Duck, no such. Is that Varmint? Yeah, Varmint. So right here. Just fun stories, Donald Duck stuff, freaking awesome. This one right here is volume 13 of the Carl Barks Library. This is Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat right there. Open this bad boy up. These kind of remind me a lot of just Popeye. When I was a kid, I was huge. My favorite Disney character was Donald Duck. I remember when first time I went to Disney World, the big thing was for me to always, when I went to Disney World, anytime I went to Disney, I've been like 4 or 5 times. I think about 4 or 5 times, can't remember, but I always got my picture with Donald Duck because Donald Duck's my favorite. There's some more artwork there. So it's just really cool stuff. Carl Barks. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's check that chat over here. I'm sorry I haven't been reading the chat. So good to see all y'all up in here. Let me kind of go back to the other, the older chat up here. Brian Space, he says he's been working a lot. Comically Flawed says Hulk and Yoda are like Schwarzenegger and DeVito, but green. Yeah, twins. Classic. I know personalizing can be a point of contention for some collectors, but if you're going to keep it, then I actually like it. Yeah, me too, man. Cholula, you know what I'm talking about. I really like personalized stuff because I'm going to keep it. And that's another thing. I mean, if you're going, you know, if you want monetary and all that, or you want to resell it, yeah, just get their autograph. But if you're going to keep it for years and years and years, and you want to hand it down to your kiddos or something, yeah, let them personalize that thing, man. It's awesome. Jason Smith's just been chilling. Oh yeah, Legend. How was it talking to Biff Tannen from Back to the Future at Fan Expo Dallas, man? It must have been cool as hell. And dude, SS, man, it was a blast. Man, he was a really nice guy. I paid extra to get the selfie with him, and you know, I talked about him. I told him, you know, when I talked in the comic book community, I told him I do this YouTube gig, and tell him about the comic book community and all my fans out there and the millions and millions of people that watch the Great Legend around the world. I always tell them, you know, we talk movies on here. Now, I'm not a big movie buff. I don't know movies like Who Dat Comics and Movies. I don't know movies like Trinity's Superhero Cinema, you know, Trinity's Comics. Great friend of mine, Jeremy and Russ, two excellent brothers from other mothers. But they're the movie guys. They're who I go to, you know, if I have, you know, questions or whatnot about movies or TV or entertainment, things like that nature. But I told old Biff, I told old Wilson, Tom Wilson, I said, man, let me tell you, they got the Star Wars trilogies. They got, you know, I know y'all going about, Star Wars trilogy, 8, 4, 5, episode 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, blah, 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 Jurassic Park. I say any kind of trilogy I've seen, anytime where I see 3 movies, I always come back to the Future, no matter what. It could be on DirecTV, you know, on AMC, you know, they could be running it on FX. I'll just watch it on TV, even though I got them in Blu-ray in the next room on the shelf of the Blu-ray. I'll watch them on TV. I love time travel. Man, Michael J. Fox, man, back in the 80s, you couldn't beat him. Man, I love that stuff. I love that science fiction, man. Freaking awesome. I love that Back to the Future comic by IDW. It's freaking stellar. I know I think it was issue 18, I think, came out Wednesday. I'll get that issue on Friday. I'm going to get caught up on my Back to the Future. I've read Biff to the Future. Did I read issue 3? I may have not read issue 3 yet. I think that may have been a book that came out last week, but I've read the first 2 issues of Biff to the Future. IDW is killing it on the Back to the Future franchise. So really excited, man. A lot of fun. Jason Smith is talking, and he got Spawn issue 270. Man, I can't believe Spawn, man, is already out to 270. I remember when issue 1 came out back in the 90s, the Image Revolution back in the day. He said he lucked out on the Walking Dead reprint. Brian hadn't been to his comic shop in a while. Big shout out to Russell Hall, baby. Legend, do you have any Terry Toons with Mighty Mouse? You know, I do not have any Mighty Mouse comic books, but the very first 3D comic book that was ever published, it was by St. John Publications. If you can get it, get a blue label on it, get a high grade. It's the very first 3D comic ever produced. Get that book, and it's Mighty Mouse. I saw it not too long ago, but the price was a little higher than I wanted to pay for it. And of course, you get it with the blue label, and the 3D glasses are attached with that book. Comically Flawed Adam, he says he loves him some DuckTales. He still needs also a complete run of those swipe covers. You know, Image has been doing a lot of those swipe covers lately. Spawn issue 9 is good, LOL. Of course, Jason Smith's talking about that first appearance of Angela. There's always something fishy. That's one of the, what do they call it? That's one of the things Chaz calls a key issue, isn't it? Throwbacks, hashtag TBT, Throwback Thursday, DuckTales, and Mighty Mouse. And dude, let's put a hashtag FTW for the win, SS. You know, you talking. SS is the best. Check him out. He's freaking awesome. Brian Space says Todd's wife stopped working for him after issue 5 because it got too freaky for her. Brian Space dropping the knowledge of Image Comics. And Cholula says, my wife hates that I watch movies on TV that I own. Yeah, she doesn't understand why I don't just pop the movie in. And that's me too, man. Sometimes you're just caught in that moment. And especially if you can catch it, say, on like one of the premium channels like HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, or Stars, which I don't own any of those anymore because I've got too much movies and too much other stuff to watch. Count Von Strange says he started trying to track down the Nova Bronze Age comic run. And Russell says, I have Captain 3D and it has the glasses. Dude, that's sick, man. That's freaking awesome. So, man, I appreciate all y'all watching tonight. A lot of times, the Great Legend, when he comes live. He don't want to make no fuss. He don't want to, you know, try to take anyone's spot out there. Just usually when I have time to go live is I'll go live. And, you know, just see how everyone's going out there in the YouTube comic book community, wrestling community, movie, TV, news community, the Great Chef Show, which I am going to be bringing back. I've got some recipes lined up for the Great Chef Show, and I'll definitely want to do that. And I want to start simple. You know, I want to get back into it simple. You know, maybe do something like this. Like I'm going to be talking about Legends boiled eggs, man. Legends boiled eggs, or it won't be called Legends boiled egg. It'll be called Legendary boiled eggs. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to teach you the perfect way, the Legends way, to boil hard-boiled eggs, man. And, you know, once you have that, you can eat it as a snack. It's great protein. You know, if you're trying to trim the fat, you know, just have a for your snack, have one of those hard-boiled eggs. They're so damn good. I'm going to let you know how I roll with it in my neck of the woods. And it's really simple, but it'll be a quick, simple video. And how I make those Great Chef Show videos is it's recipes for simple folks. You know what I'm saying? It's simple recipes for simple folks. Anyone can do it, and we have a lot of fun doing that show. My wife is the camera lady on that show. We have a great time doing that show. And I want to bring that back. I mean, it's great for cheap pops, cheap views, and with this sort of video, I can link that video in future videos. Say Great Legend shows you how to make that awesome tuna sandwich, that egg salad tuna sandwich, or whatever, that tuna salad, man. Have a little bit of that chopped up hard-boiled egg. And instead of me showing you how to make the hard-boiled eggs, the eggs will already be made, and all you got to do is click the video description below to make the perfect hard-boiled egg. You get that on the Great Chef Show. So we're going to be bringing that back. And being that I am now a member of Curse, the gaming network, what do they call that thing? I don't even know my own damn network's name. Oh yeah, Curse Union for Gamers. Expect to see a lot more gameplay. You know, maybe some live streaming. I mean, I'm not no LP, man. I can't crank them out like LP on Rebel Gaming, but LP has mentioned that he does want to watch me play some Overwatch, maybe live stream some Overwatch. So I'm going to be doing that. So I'm excited to do some Overwatch and, you know, live stream WWE 2K17 once I get my boy Trinity Comics in the ring. Goldberg versus Scott Hall. Trinity Man Brother, thanks for being here tonight. He said, I looked at a ton of Spawn tonight, was tempted to pick up the Capullo covers, but I passed. And that's what it's all about. It's mind over matter. A lot of times when you get to that shop, a lot of you want to spend until you drop all that coin out of your pocket or drop out that cash out of the wallet. You want to keep in your head, you want to keep that budget alive, because if you're on your own and you're out there and you got a wife, kids, family, house payments, bills, whatever that may be, don't shoot your wad on Comic Book Wednesday. Actually, it's Thursday today anyway. You know how I roll with it. Got to throw some rhymes in there, keep y'all entertained. But let's get the show on the road. I've got two more things to unbox. This one comes from Comic Connect, and I don't remember what this is. It shipped to me on March 30th, so it's been sitting on the table a long time. Let's see what we got in here. Don't really have a clue what this is. Feels kind of light. We'll see what we got going on in here. Packaged very well from the outside. I'm unboxing tonight with the trusty Winchester there. Let me get my camera on because I can't see what I'm doing here. What's up, Count? Hell yeah, everyone's chatting. We're going to get rid of the chat real quick. Fade it out. Let's open this box up. Cut real carefully. We're going to want to cut through this thing. All right. Well packaged. Well packaged. Well received. Well received. Check it out. We got a lot of nice paper on the top. Give it a little bit of cushion. Oh yeah, I've ordered from I know what this is. This is from Metropolis. No. I'm not talking about where Clark Kent's from. Sweet, man. Freaking sweet. Okay. In the 70s, 1970, there's a run called All-Star Western. A lot of you may have heard of this run, All-Star Western number 10, the first appearance of Jonah Hex. And issue 11 was the second appearance, and then once issue 12 came, they changed the title to Weird Western Tales. I love a good Western, and I got a couple to show you right here on the Great Legend Show. So let's get this show on the road here. We'll cut down the corrugated. Metropolis always does me right. They're a great company. Have some great books. Oh, these are beautiful. Woo! Look there. I'm going to show you that. Sweet. Damn sweet. This is that's a big Mylar. That's a Golden Age Mylar right there. And what looks to be a fullback. This is All-Star Western, issue number 3. Very fine to near mint 9.0. And I hate how they put that sticker on there. I think they ought to put that sticker on the back, but that's okay, because these stickers don't remove real nice. So this bag will be it'll be a throwaway bag. But beautiful book. It's a 9.0. It's El Diablo and Outlaw. And of course we know El Diablo's first appearance. You may remember El Diablo from the Suicide Squad movie. El Diablo's first appearance was in All-Star Western number 2, 1970. So there we go right there. And check this one out. Now this is in an archival, so I'll go ahead and take this one out. A 9.0 All-Star Western issue number 4. All-Star Western issue number 4. Outlaw and El Diablo together, running wild in the Old West. Beautiful copy. And let me tell you a little bit about both of these copies. They're 9.0s. I don't know what I paid for these. I'm trying to get a pretty good run of these, though. Now be very careful when you put your book back into an archive. The top of the archive is pretty thick, and it'll slice the cover of an old book. So be very careful when you're putting the books in the archives, people. So very awesome. Great, great, great. So these are both very fine and near mint 9.0s. We got Neil Adams covers on both of these. I know a lot of y'all love some Neil Adams. Both of these copies are Pennsylvania Dutch copy. I've never heard of that pedigree before. Pennsylvania Dutch copy. Now, issue number 3 right here, it says that that's off-white pages. And issue 4 doesn't say anything, so I'm thinking probably a little creamed off-white or probably off-white. Who knows? But I'm glad to have these books in the collection. This is one of those runs I want to complete. The run, you know, I don't remember how long Weird Western Tales went, but it started at issue 12 and it ran all the way until they changed. I think it was 1977, perhaps. So it went, I'd probably say 6 to 7 years. Then it changed to Jonah Hex, Volume 1, I believe. And I love Jonah Hex. And that's a series that I want to continue to collect in back issues. Back issues that I'm collecting currently, of course, DC animated, you know, like Batman Adventures, things of that nature, Superman Adventures, Justice League, Unlimited, things like that. I want to get all of those. I love that stuff. I mean, I've got a little addiction to that. Other than that, you know, just kind of, you know, All-Star Western. Anytime they do Animal Man, I like getting Animal Man. Freedom Fighters, any Freedom Fighter stuff, I'm trying to work on that. Not only the original, not the old school Golden Age, you know, from Quality Comics, Police Comics #1, aka Plastic Man's first appearance, but also Phantom Lady and Human Bomb's first appearance. I would love to get that book one of these days. Will I ever be able to get that? I do not know. That's it's hard to find a good grade. And the last time I saw an 8.0 restored purple label, the guy wanted $4,000, and Overstreet Press guy had listed it around 2, and that's for like a blue label. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be getting any good deals on that stuff. But yeah, you know, just collecting. I love old school. Anything Jonah Hex related is very cool. So that's one of the westerns I've been wanting to get. Also, there's old Red Wolf. Red Wolf was Marvel's big-time western in the Bronze Age. I got the latest Red Wolf modern that came out not too long ago. It came out during the big hip-hop covers. Big shout-out. Damn, my mind went blank. That sucks. You know, I've been talking all night. This is the first time I've stumped myself. Who's my boy? ABS, baby. ABS, Airborne Sapper comic fan. He loves those hip-hop covers. And I got the Red Wolf and a lot of the Red Wolf stuff. So Red Wolf's something I want to get into as well. So next, I want to unbox something from Big Bear. Big Bear Comics. Y'all all know, love Big Bear from Legends Live Auction. Big Bear also has his own channel here in the YouTube comic book community. Definitely check out Big Bear. There's a link on Big Bear's About page on his YouTube page that will take you directly to Big Bear's online eBay store. Huge amount of books. He has a lot of books, and he's trying to sell them, and he sells them at great prices. And when you buy from Big Bear, you're not only buying comics, but you're buying comics that are owned by a genuine lover of comics. This guy, he has got the customer service. He has got the innovation. He's always reinventing the way he does his videos and doing things. He has integrity, and he has efficiency. He gets these things packed quick. He's got integrity. He's just a great guy. And usually, now, here we go. Thanks, Legend. Hope you like the free book. He always throws something in free, which is something just sweet. Not everyone does that. A lot of people on Legends Live Auction, myself included, when we sell a book, you know, we'll throw in some free stuff. A lot of you in the chat, let's check out that chat. A lot of you can relate that Legends Live Auction is one of the hottest shows, one of the hottest live shows in the YouTube comic book community. And if CBA does like I think he's going to do and does another contest for 2017, I think we need to have Best Auction Show. It's got to come home to the man that does the auctions the best, and that's the great legend. So Trinity, man, he's got to go. He says later chat. He can't stay up too long. He's just dropping in and to say hey. And what's up to 1/3 of the Fan Expo Trinity? Me and Trinity and Aim High. That was a lot of fun, man. It was awesome. And Airborne hooked up Jason Smith, man. Y'all hook up Jason Smith. He's a great guy. He loves comics. And Jason, I'm always thinking about you. Now, when I say I'm thinking about you, it doesn't mean I'm going to send you a lot of free shit. But you know, always so glad you're one of the best guys here in the YouTube community. You always support everybody. You have a great outlook on everything in the community. We're glad to have Jason Smith along for the ride. I want to make sure I don't cut the tape here. I don't know what's worse, cutting the cheese or cutting the tape. I'd rather cut the cheese. At least when I fart, y'all can't smell me. You know what I'm saying? Packed it real nice in one of these Gemini collectible envelopes here that I can reuse. Come on now, let's get that Winchester. There we go. So we will reuse the old Gemini here. Great stuff here, Big Bear. Great stuff. And I'm going to show you what I won. And if you watched Legends Live Auction, you'll know what, or you'll know this book will look familiar. And I want to give a big shout out to all 13 viewers that are watching right now. And God bless you, brothers and sisters, for thumbing up this video. I really appreciate that. A lot of love to y'all. And if there's anything I can ever do, and we've had a peak concurrent of 16 live viewers, so not bad for an off night. If there's anything I can ever do, I don't do a lot of AOKs. I know I'm a greedy bastard like old Uncle Scrooge here. Where is old Uncle Scrooge? There he is. Uncle Scrooge, man. I know I get a little greedy sometimes. I don't give out a lot of stuff. I don't mean to. I mean, if everyone lived locally, I could hook some people up, you know. But shipping, man, and every year the United States Postal Service goes up in price, man. Really sucks, you know. All right, let's get this thing going here. All right, got to talk a little bit more. I know my boy Chaz from KSU Comics, hottest live show you're ever going to see on Tuesday night. He don't like a lot of dead air. Hey, now that's cool. Holy hell. This is pretty awesome. I don't have any by these guys. All right, let me take out the one that I ordered. Put that right there. This is so damn cool, Big Bear. I got a free comic from Big Bear, man. Big Bear knows what I love about Big Bear. He watches a lot of videos. Sometimes he's not going to comment on every video, but he, you know, if he watches you enough, he's going to find out, you know, what you like, what you love. So if you order something from Big Bear, he'll, oh, and it's a Charlton comic. Shit, dude, you didn't have to do this, but I'm so glad you did. It looks great, man. It looks so good, dude. You'll find out what you like. And so I love Blue Beetle. I love Ditko's work on the Charlton Comics. And they got a nice Charlton Comics documentary coming out soon. I dropped the link on facebook.com/The Great Legend Show. Check that link out. It's gonna be a kick-ass documentary once they make it. I cannot freaking wait. It's gonna be so damn cool. Those folks from Charlton Comics, they did it their own way, man. They didn't play by the rules. They didn't play by the normal Marvel or the National DC Atlas, whatever you want to call it, or National, then to DC, and then you know, timely Atlas Marvel. They did their own thing. And a lot of great stuff came when DC got some of those characters. A lot of great characters came out of Charlton. Blue Beetle. Oh man, the guy that Dr. Manhattan's based off of, the Atom, not Ray Palmer, Captain Atom, yeah, and Blue Beetle, of course. Look at this book though, a Hanna-Barbera production, Abbott and Costello. Now is that cool or cool? I'm a huge fan of black and white, old school comedy teams. I love the Marx Brothers. I love Abbott and Costello. Laurel and Hardy and Three Stooges for me is a toss-up. As a little kid, I leaned more toward Laurel and Hardy because they were the first that I saw. And then as I grew a little older as a kid, I started falling in love with the Three Stooges. Curly, of course, with his childlike mannerisms. But the older I got, I really started enjoying Shemp better than Curly because Shemp was a natural comedian in ways I feel the same way about myself. What you see is what you get. The great legend here. I'm a natural at what I do, and that is entertain the fans, entertain each and every one of you at home. It's just what I do, man. I talk the talk, I walk the walk, I do what I do, and it's to entertain you. It's that kind of passion that drives me, and it makes me want to be better at this whole YouTube thing. And I always go back in time and on the rewind, and I got to give big mad props to my good friend Dustin, aka Dut Rank. If you want to see his channel, go to my channel page, look on the featured channels, you'll find Dut Rank. He's an awesome guy, very entertaining, one of the funniest, most charismatic, entertaining guys here in YouTube, bar none. And I'm not talking 11,970. I'm talking just, he has it. I mean, there's just something about the guy, and he's got it. I mean, you wouldn't, you don't think of, great legend looking up to somebody, but I look up to Dustin, and he's about 10 years my younger. He's younger than I am, but he's a guy that I've always I want to be there for him and his family. Kind of just be that big brother that he never had, because he's a bigger brother to his younger brother. But anything I could do for him, I'll do it. I'll give the shirt off my back. I'll help him out. Do anything. And you'll meet people like that in life. You won't meet very many of them. I can't count on my one hand how many of those people I have in my life, but he's one of them, and God has blessed me to get to know Dut Rank. So, and Dut Rank, he don't have a lot of comics, but he's just an entertaining guy. And if you like video games, check out Dut Rank, one of the best you're ever going to meet in YouTube or anywhere for that matter. So Abbott and Costello right here, one of the best. One of my favorite movies was when Abbott and Costello met Frankenstein. Glenn Strange as Frankenstein's monster, which never was one of my favorite Frankenstein monsters. You got to give the beanie, you got to take the beanie off for Boris Karloff. Best ever. Bela Lugosi played Karloff. Lon Chaney played, well, I say Bela played Karloff. Bela played Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. Bela played Frankenstein's monster. Yeah. Just wasn't, I think that's what it was. Because there was Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, all of those Karloff. The fourth one was Bela. And it would have been sweet if it was Lon Chaney against Karloff, though. But it was Bela. And then the fifth, the Ghost of Frankenstein, was Glenn Strange. And in House of Dracula was Glenn Strange. And damn, Abbott and Costello was Glenn Strange. Chaney played Frankenstein. Damn, he played Frankenstein too. Maybe he played it in The Ghost of Frankenstein. Shit, I don't remember. It's been a while since I've aired all those out, but anyway. It is what it is. Abbott and Costello, freaking awesome. Okay, and the other book I ordered, Ragman. There we go. So fans, thanks so much for, no, I'm just kidding. Ragman. Y'all know Ragman from, I didn't know Ragman until the Green Arrow TV show. And I looked at this character and I was like, damn, that's a cool ass character. But I left it at that. I didn't really do any research over Ragman or anything like that. But when Big Bear showed, well, first off, Big Bear showed a Fantastic Four book, and I looked at mine, and my Fantastic Four book was a high grade, because I will trade up or buy up to a higher grade Fantastic Four book, but I looked, mine wasn't that, so I was like, cool, I won't buy anything from Big Bear. And not that that is a good thing not to buy from Big Bear, but I try to save money, honestly. You know, if I don't want to spend money if I don't have to. But when I saw Ragman #1, the first appearance of Ragman, I was like, damn, that's like the quantum effect, man. It's like something told me to buy that book. You know, everything happens for a reason. You know, God placed this comic in the hands of Big Bear to show this book, and it was my destiny, man. Like George McFly writing those lines to Lorraine, it was my destiny. Right there, and it's Ragman #1. So this makes me want to go and complete this whole run. I think it only ran 8 issues, but this is a very fine to near mint 9.0 copy of Ragman. I can't wait to put it in Mylar, because it's home. It's home. Just like all of you in the chat. Y'all are home right here, right now with the Great Legend as I'm coming at you live. We still have 10 watching right now. We've had a total of 16 watching for the night. Airborne Sapper, big shout out to ABS, the best at collecting Funkos, Funko Fridays. And he is a huge hip-hop master. He's got all the Marvel. He's completed all the Marvel hip-hop cover variants. He's got them all. You got one. He's got more than you. He's got one. You got one. He's got 2. You got 3. He's got 4. You got 5. He's got 6. You got 7. He's got 8. You got 9. He's got the whole damn collection. You can't even count that high to know what ABS has in that box at home. But he's got all the hip-hop covers all alone. Yeah. Fucking A, man. Fucking A. Well, again, I just want to give a big shout out. Big shout out to the Jobber. The Jobber's up in here. Jobber's coming on by. Jobber, let me let you know. Let me let you in on a little secret. Not next Thursday night, but the Thursday after. I'm going to have a link on my page, on my YouTube channel page for the Sidewalk Slam. Hottest wrestling show on Thursday nights. Hottest wrestling show on YouTube. We're going to be going over what's going on in the wrestling world. So if any of you are pro wrestling fans out there, let me know, and I'll get you an invite to the show. Fans, I want to thank you all again for coming out, watching the show tonight. I hope I didn't forget anyone or forget any shout-outs in the chat. If I did, I'm sorry about that. But thanks so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say it enough, because it's you that makes me want to do what I do, and that's bring you the best in comics, cooking, and gaming. And on an occasion, I'll review a pay-per-view just for you on, so check that out. You can check out all the stuff the Great Legend does. And, it looks like I'm delayed for some reason. That's weird. A little bit of delay never hurt nobody. The Great Legend's always here to stay. So, fans, thanks again one more time. This is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.